Hey everyone, can't film while I'm driving, so I'm gonna make this a quick little mini review. Well, not super small, but like 3 or 4 minutes. Let's talk about the new dog R-rated comedy with Will Ferrell and Jamie Foxx, Strays. Honestly, from the trailer, I was not, well, thanks, dude. Honestly, from the trailer, I was not super interested. I thought the first time I saw it, I was like, oh, this is chuckle-worthy. It's a little funny at best. But the more I kept seeing the trailer and I kept seeing it in theaters on repeat, I just started to consume the fact that it really wasn't that funny. It was kind of cringy at a point. I think the idea of forced humor where you're like, let's take a thing that typically would be cute kiddie film, like Beverly Hills Chihuahua, or like Homeward Bound, and like, but instead of it being kid-friendly adventure family film, it is adult R-rated film for only adults because there's dick, fart, pussy jokes, and they say fuck a lot. And honestly, I was concerned that that would be the whole film, and that's a lot of the jokes. I'd say about like 30 to 40% of the jokes are that, but I'd say about 60% of the time the jokes really hit because there are some clever jokes in here. And who just doesn't love a cute dog movie? They somehow can make dogs pissing on each other like, oh, they're pissing on each other. Oh, it's so heartwarming. Like, it actually kind of works the weirdest fucking way possible. Like, it's a weird-ass film. You would almost think this is like an SNL joke for a film that was stretched out to an hour and 30 minutes, but it's not a forced SNL joke. There's some funny humor in here. There's like little like background jokes, little things you have to listen to that are pretty funny. I mean, look, there are shit jokes. There are dick jokes. I think the F word is used at least 150 to 200 times in the film, maybe more. I'm not actually sure. It feels like it's a lot. But I don't know. I had a decent time at this one. I think the voice performances are really great. I think if there are the standouts of the leads, I think the standouts... Will Ferrell's great at playing the naive, cute one, Reggie, who's her lead character. But honestly, I think Randall Park and Jamie Foxx fucking knock it out of the park. Isla Fisher's pretty good too. But in terms of like standouts, Randall Park knows how to play awkward comedy while he says like really raunchy shit. But Jamie Foxx just goes all the fuck out. He's definitely going to be the standout emotional character. He has the heartwarming backstory that is a copycat of DC League of Super Pets from last year. A backstory that Kevin Hart's character had, almost the exact same, or even one that they kind of mentioned that, what's the main character's name? Chief from Isle of Dogs kind of has. It's the same basic dog story that you'd expect it to be, but it's heartwarming, and by the ending of the film, I was like, wow, this is like so heartwarming for a movie about this dog who has an abusive owner and he's going to rip his fucking dick off and have another dog shit on his face. I mean, what an appealing, happy film for that to be. And there are some funny moments, ones I don't want to give away because, like, I think the trailer gives away some okay jokes. None of them are super funny, but there are some really funny jokes in here. One involving a cameo, not a live action cameo, but I figured out who the voice was and I was like, that's a reference to, I feel, these films. And that's pretty funny if that's what they're doing because it's subverted my expectations there. In terms of directed films by Josh Greenbaum, though, one of my favorite movies of all time is Barb and Star, and this doesn't live up to that at all. I think that movie is much more clever, consistently funny, and charming. This has that cute heart and charm where you're like, this movie's really fucking weird, and I don't feel like it should be charming, but it's really working. I think Strays does it pretty well, but I think his first feature, narrative feature at least, Barb and Star, Go to Vista Del Mar, does it way better. I mean, this isn't written by the same people. I don't remember who wrote this, but honestly, yeah, it's not the worst film ever. It's a pretty funny time. If you see it in a packed crowd, I think most of the crowd will have a fun time and get a lot of laughs. It was just me, my friend and his dad, and one other guy in the entire theater. So, like, we were laughing sometimes. You could maybe hear that guy laugh a few times, but it was pretty minute. But I feel like if I was in a big crowd, it would be fine. Or even, like, as a rental. I think this is a film you could easily go see on a $5 Tuesday if you've seen everything else. It's not that bad, but I also wouldn't say rush out to see it. It's got weak storytelling, and I won't lie, there are times when I was just sitting back like, holy fuck, will this end? I'd say about 30 to 40 minutes of the movie are repetitive jokes with a lot of fucking shit and stuff like that, but I bet say about more than half of it is charming and is funny. It's not consistent, and that can be a little disappointing, but it's a decent time out at the movies. Dogs are cute, I got a few laughs, voice acting's good. And for the CGI lips, it's one of the best I've ever seen at that, because it's usually really distracting in movies. Like, here it looks pretty good for what they did. The dogs are real, but they animate the lips, obviously. My friend was like, so how many shots do you think of the dogs real? I'm like 95% of them. They use dog actors, so just so people know, they're not CGI dogs. In a few sequences, they have to be, like when Bug gets picked up by an eagle, but other than that, like, it's pretty pretty clear that it's not CGI, other than the mouths. Fun film. Go check it out. It's not the worst film out. I'll be seeing Blue Beetle tomorrow. I had Strays to see it again, but I might be seeing... I don't know if... do I want to go back and watch it? I'd want to go watch it if I was with, like, my dad or with some friends, but I don't know if I want to go back on my own. But for sure, Blue Beetle tomorrow, and I'll have a review for that tomorrow. But, yeah, Strays. Out in theaters now. Bye.